only for her. No other woman had ever commanded him in such a way, and he feared no other ever would. She was on her knees, her entrance above his arousal, while she ran her hands up and down his length. She was teasing him as he planned to tease her. He'd never ached for a woman before. Not once had he hungered to have a certain woman in his arms. But she changed everything. No longer could he hold off from touching her. He cupped her bountiful breasts and flicked his thumbs over her nipples. In response, she swirled her thumb over the head of his shaft. He groaned and lifted his hips. His cock came in contact with the soft folds of her sex, and his control snapped. As if she knew he had gone over the brink, she lowered herself onto him. He was mindless, feral with need. With a jerk, he pulled her down as he raised his hips until he was fully seated inside her. She groaned, her head thrown back and the ends of her hair brushing his thighs. For a second, he couldn't move. Her tight, slick walls held him suspended between agony and pleasure, torment and release. He knew in that moment that she commanded his body. His fear was that her reach would extend past his body to his heart, or worse, his soul. With his heart hammering in his chest, she began to rock her hips. He closed his eyes to feel every delightful, perfect minute of her. There was a slight thumping that intruded upon him, but he was determined to ignore it. He rolled over, taking her with him. He lost her in the blankets. Panic seized him as he searched, only to find himself clutching at a pillow instead of her soft body. Phelan opened his eyes to the pillow and flopped onto his back. He threw an arm over his eyes as his cock ached for relief. "Fuck," he ground out in vexation. The dreams he was having of Aisley intensified every night, leaving him aroused and unsatisfied no matter how many times he tried to pleasure himself afterward. He had been on her trail for almost 2 months now. He still wasn't sure why he let her walk out of that nightclub after he first kissed her. He hadn't expected her to run. Women didn't run from him. But Aisley did. That was part of why she intrigued him, but it went beyond that. She was different. That one kiss they shared had rocked him to his very core. No matter how he tried, he couldn't stop thinking about her, or wanting her. His mobile phone vibrated on the bedside table. Phelan pondered not answering it, but he knew they would only call again. "What?" he demanded as he answered the call. "What the hell is your problem?" Charon's voice asked with a note of irritation. Phelan rubbed his eyes with his thumb and forefinger. He hoped the call would cool his ardor, but if it didn't, another cold shower to start the day would. "It doesn't matter. What's the reason for the call?" The pause on the other end of the line had Phelan glancing over at the clock. The bright green light staring back at him told him it was 2:33 in the morning. "Charon," Phelan urged as the silence grew. "We're getting desperate," Charon said tightly. "There's been no sign of Jason." Jason Wallace. The very reason Phelan had to take extra time away from tracking Aisley. Jason was a drow. A druid who gave part of his soul to the devil in order to use black magic. Phelan untangled his legs from the sheets and sat up. "I've seen nothing of him. Maybe Jason is dead as we've suspected all along. I need to know for certain." Phelan drew in a deep breath, hating the weariness and worry he heard in his friend's voice. "Laura is safe. She's with you." "Are any of us ever really safe with a drow about?" Charon asked. "My wife asks me to forget about Wallace, but I hear Laura on the phone with other druids talking about ways to use their magic to look for him." Phelan scrubbed a hand down his face. How many times had the Mies used the magic nature gave them to look for Wallace? The Mies were the good druids, and luckily on their side. Despite the druids' magic and the powers within warriors like Phelan, they had found nothing of Jason Wallace. The druids had potent magic, but as a Highlander with a primeval god inside him, Phelan should have found